him out. That's Ja Wrong, aka your favorite bass player, aka when you gonna say your aka that we call you. So we just gonna say Ja. Oh, we gonna say Papa Joe. Papa Joe. I mean, today we're gonna be getting into a lot of NBA news, and he already done got me started before we even got the camera on. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up nice and proper. Golden State Warriors have won 4 championships. They've had different iterations of the team, and they have maintained the winning with their core 3 on the court. What are your playoff chances if you have to go through it without Andrew Wiggins?
I think the second round is the best we can hope for. I think we can get past the first round without Andrew, because the Golden State Warriors are capable of winning one on the road. We're terrible on the road, but the greats can get you one. Second round, though, depending on who we play, could be a whole different animal. And I don't see us beating Phoenix. I don't see us beating. I don't even see us beating the Clippers or Denver without. And I. That's how I feel about it.
I think I'm not disrespecting Jokic. I think y'all can beat Denver.
I think we can, but I'm going to respect Jokic and say that
I have thoughts about Jokic that I don't think.
I understand. I understand the thought. I mean, I understand we whooped his tail last year.
I have several thoughts based upon that point alone.
But I feel like he has a little more help than he had last year.
Yeah.
And they ain't really much help, but he still has more reliable help. But I'm going to respect him because without Andrew Wiggins is our wing defender. And he was instrumental in the playoffs. He did key dunks on the head. I don't know if we say that. Can we say that?
You can.
Okay, yeah. We dunked on the heads. He can really hold up a lot of players. So I don't see us. Definitely, we have no chance against Phoenix with KD there.
No.
I don't think we have who else we got? We got.
If the playoffs started today, y'all be all right because Memphis got their own set of problems.
Yeah. We could beat Memphis.
Yeah. I don't think y'all can beat the Clippers if healthy.
We can't beat the Clippers.
You just said Phoenix, Denver. You think that y'all would have trouble with them? I don't think they'd be trouble at all. I'm just quiet, like honest with you. I think the team that I think would beat y'all, and this not be funny. Sacramento would beat y'all right now.
I think we can beat them in a 7-game series because of the experience.
I think experience coming to play in the second round.
I think so?
In the first round, if y'all catch Sacramento in the first round, y'all get this. Well, y'all 6-9. If y'all get the 7, and y'all get that 2-7 with them, and they get home court. I think they'd be too young and dumb. You remember how Memphis was? They'd be too young and dumb to realize what they're doing.
True, but I don't know. I just feel like we can get them. I'm not saying we can blow them out real easy. I think it'll be a hard for a series.
I think their strength is your weakness. That's why I'm saying it.
True.
Y'all never addressed what the middle of y'all like defense. I mean, Draymond's good. He getting older. Y'all traded off Wiseman because he wasn't cutting it really. Looney's okay, but let's be honest, he kind of got like 2011 Kendrick Perkins vibes in the way he runs.
But he's effective.
He's effective rebounder. I give him that. You'll look up. He got 4 points, 18 rebounds. We seen him a lot in the playoffs. What I'm saying is when I say their strength is your weakness, you ain't dealing with some babies. You dealing with Sabonis down there.
Sabonis is a problem.
Sean Holmes coming out. Like them some big boys, and Draymond is only so much. And I just feel like they got the antidote. They got a whole bunch of speed to keep y'all running. Steph gonna have to play defense. They're gonna have to run, and we just saw them last year with the title. They ain't ancient. They ain't dead.
Yeah, I
just feel
respect.
Like they got a combination that'll give y'all trouble in the first round. In the second round, when the pressure set in, I think y'all can beat them.
But as of now, we wouldn't face them in the first round. Right?
No, because y'all are in the 6th seed and Memphis 3rd. But I'm saying if y'all got up to the 7th, y'all would get them in the 2nd and 7th matchup. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
depending on playing tournament results and all that.
I do think we can get them, but it definitely wouldn't be easy. It definitely wouldn't be easy. But I'm gonna respect them though, because they do have a coach who played with us last year, who we miss. Mike Brown is the coach of the year.
He was y'all defensive coordinator.
And he was our defensive player. Y'all are
defensive apocalypse.
Can I say this though? Since we're talking about Golden State, because I am very, you know how I get down. I'm straight up. Steve Kerr ain't got long. I don't care. I don't care that Lord.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah, Steve Kerr ain't got long. Steve Kerr, to me,
I knew this was coming.
Yeah, of course. Steve Kerr he's not a great coach. Steve Kerr is a great GM. Steve Kerr can put people in places to do the things that they needed. And it's a plug and play with Golden State.
Yep.
And that's what he's good at. He's not good at filling all the roles. Golden State has been more successful without Steve Kerr. Look at the Steph MVP year, the unanimous. Well, we went 23-0, 25-0, almost 30-0. Who was coaching? Luke Walton.
You're right. Yeah, that was the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was getting everybody.
You got the head coaching job in Sacramento.
We was getting everybody's best shot, and we was whooping everybody's tail that year.
And that was his, okay, so that was 16 was unanimous, right?
16 was unanimous.
14 KD, 15 Steph, 16 unanimous.
Yeah.
Stuff.
It was 16. And then even last year, Mike Brown was coaching because Steve was out. And we was running people's heads. You know what I'm saying? We made that push at the end of the season.
I've always thought Mike Brown was a good coach.
He's a great coach, and he played that defensive scheme that he had us on was unparalleled.
Yeah.
It takes more, and I get it. We go on talent. We have a lot of talent. GP2 comes back, that's gonna add a lot of flavor with him. And Dante back in that doggone backcourt. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's a splash.
But
yeah,
I think we still it's not gonna be
something in the thing. I think I was reading something that said the only two 50, 40, 90 guys in the league right now are Steph Curry and
GP2. Yeah, he's 100% from the line.
Yeah, I don't know how many free throws he shot, but I know like he hasn't missed any.
Yeah.
And when the opportunity is given, he's making his shots.
Yeah.
But all of that being said, you know, I appreciate all those points. This is why I don't care. I don't care.
You know what? I'm gonna cut you off. The reason why you don't care is because KD is in the West now.
No.
That's the reason why you don't care.
I'm gonna leave Kevin out of this.
Okay.
We all know how I love Kevin. I'm gonna leave. This is why I don't care.
Go ahead.
Draymond Green, Clay, and some degree Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. They mouths were talking a lot.
When?
Since June.
They had the right.
They don't go out. That's why I don't want to hear it now.
They had the right.
I don't care. They had the right?
Yeah.
So now it's time to get this get back. What had Draymond been saying? And nobody yet to beat us in a 7-game series with all three of us. That's what it is, right? So don't tell me Wiggins. Nobody, and when all the people who was telling y'all Wiggins is y'all second best player, and oh my God, it'd be messed up if y'all F over stuff and not give him the MVP because Wiggins is playing out of his mind. All of us saying that. We was haters. But now you fast forward now, and now y'all can't win the title without him. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Everybody need a squad.
Well, y'all a championship organization. You're in the dynasty, right? You got 4 championships. Supplement what you're missing. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. They talk too much.
You know the reason why they was talking though.
So
you can't say so.
So
literally,
he ain't say Wiggins' name. He said nobody ain't beat us when all three of our core here. He ain't say nothing about that.
And that's a statistical fact.
All right then.
On all 4 championship runs, when we have lost, it's because one of those 3 have been out at some point in time. Wiggins just joined the team a couple years ago. Not saying he's not important. You know what I'm saying? He is important. That's just a statistical thing. Yeah. It's a fact. They have never lost when all 3 of them on the court.
I think.
And that's why I give them a chance. But when they playing these other teams, man, the way Wiggins shut down Tatum in the finals was serious.
Nobody want to talk about that.
Everybody talked about it.
No, I'm saying nobody don't want to talk about that. Like
Wiggins shut down a lot of
it got swept under the rug a little bit. I feel like because everybody was so happy for Steph, which I was ecstatic for Steph.
I mean, Steph balled out of his mind, but there was a game where Steph didn't have it. It was one game Steph didn't have it.
And that dude grabbed like 1 million rebounds.
Yeah.
He put up a bunch of offensive rebounds.
Wiggins went stupid the game. It was the game after the 43.
He was insane.
It was the game 5.
He was insane. I'm not taking nothing away from that boy.
Yeah. Wiggins went stupid.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying though. When all the rest of the world was giving that dude his flowers, Golden State and y'all Legion of fans told us.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all told us.
I don't know where you getting that
while
information
Clay was
from.
on his ship, on his little yacht, talking that talk, when Draymond was telling everybody on his podcast,
I don't know where
to stick it. While he was knocking his teammates out in practice. All of the above. telling us.
Let me say, okay.
Just wait till the playoffs.
All right.
Ain't nobody tell me I had to wait for Wiggins too. Nobody.
He's a part of the team. He's a part of the team. Of course we gonna need him. That doesn't discredit him. The reason why we were snapping.
I wish KD would have told y'all last year, oh man, and we would have just had Duke Johnson in the game and defending on the wings, we would have beat the Celtics. Yeah.
I'm positive if KD's teammates showed up for him, it would have been a different thing we'd be talking about.
A whole different story.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But you know why I can't give Kevin that pass, even though I love Kevin? He chose to go with that crazy.
He chose to go with that dude. And I love Kyrie. I
don't think you can. I see it now for sure. I don't think you can win a championship with that dude. Yeah, I just don't.
This is the thing.
Not no more.
Since we
LeBron is a saint.
Since we're talking about Kyrie, let's talk about Luka. Luka cannot win a championship with another superstar. That is not the way the Dallas Mavericks are constructed.
This is interesting.
My opinion.
I need more on this.
Okay, so look at the history.
Break it down so
Luka came in when Mavericks already had a squad.
This is true.
Harrison Barnes was there.
Yep.
And Harrison Barnes was the de facto leader.
Yeah.
Luka came
17, 18, something
yeah.
Like that. Yep.
Luka came in, and Dallas has a thing about foreign players, international players.
This is well documented.
So I knew from the time they had been talking up Luka, soon as Luka establishes himself as a step back magic, whatever they want to call him, Luka magic, the first thing they do, they got rid of Harrison Barnes. They sent him right to Sacramento, and that's where he been. Then they bring in Kristaps Porzingis. For some reason, he became a former shell of himself. I don't know what really happened to him. I don't know if injuries really messed him up. I don't know if they just couldn't get with him. My opinion, it just wasn't working out because two superstars just can't work together in Dallas. So what happened? He's gone.
And he is balling. Having career highs across the board since New York.
They surround people, role players.
Tim Hardaway Jr.,
yeah. Jalen Brunson,
Dorian Finney-Smith. You see how he putting in work now.
You know, all these players that play exactly what Luka needed them to do, but they role players. They playing their role. Luka's up here now.
Listen.
But then soon as these players like Jalen Brunson starts to elevate his three, what's the other guy you named? The 3-point?
Spencer.
Spencer
then with Dorian Finney-Smith.
These guys start knocking down threes and all this stuff like that. What happened?
Yeah.
Instead of paying them, you get rid of them. And now you bring in Kyrie Irving, the problem child. He's a superstar.
God bless that boy.
He's a superstar.
That boy.
But guess what? Just like Jalen Brunson, you got to get rid of him because Luka can't win with another superstar. Dallas was up here this season when the season started. Now they down here because they traded away all the aspects that they needed. Man, what was the first game they kept? They were playing doggone tic-tac-toe. They're playing patty cake with the ball. I was like, they can't do it. And Kyrie's trying to respect Luka, but what people don't want to recognize, they got locked down on defense. But
oh no, they're a defensive apocalypse, and that's not going to change.
Yeah,
I've been on. As soon as they traded Kyrie, there, I was at work. I started cackling with my phone in my. I'm like, this is comedy. You just traded away your best defensive player, Dorian Finney-Smith. Spencer Dinwiddie is not a bad defender. You don't sneeze at him.
He's a 3-and-D dude.
And you traded away your only defensive perimeter guys for Kyrie Irving. Don't get me wrong. Like, you make that deal, but at the same time, when that buyout market is here, or that trade deadline approaches, you better have one of these players.
So, in my opinion, what's going to happen is, in the offseason, Kyrie Irving will no longer remain. It is, I honestly, I'd be surprised if Kyrie plays basketball ever again.
You think Kyrie's retiring?
I don't think Kyrie's retiring. I don't think nobody's going to call Kyrie.
Oh, I think they're going to call Kyrie.
You think so?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
He ain't going to get paid the way he wanted to.
He's definitely not.
And I think if Kyrie is the Kyrie that I know.
He's going to Charlotte.
I don't think nobody's going to sign him to a max deal.
Oh, Oh, I think there's a few people that give him a max deal, just not the people he probably wants.
Well, I don't know, but
he's gonna have to make another super team, and that means having somebody else trust him to go
right.
somewhere.
And the odds of that is very slim.
His best bet is to find a young team that's about to pop and hitch himself to it. That's his.
I don't know what he'll do, but Dallas will have.
I didn't even think about that. So you think he's gonna go the way of Allen Iverson?
Yeah, I think that Dallas will have to start over, and they will have to bring in more role players in order for Luka to start to elevate himself, because he cannot play next to a superstar.
You know how I see Luka? You remember when LeBron James was a baby, and everyone was infatuated with how much stuff he could do?
That's how they are.
So they put Damon Jones, and Boobie Gibson, and Farrell and Danielle Marshall. They put all of these, no names around him. Danny Green was in and out of the G League at that point. And they just were like, he's gonna get us 50-something wins and get us to the playoffs.
And
that's just what it reminds me of. And I don't think it's on Luke. I think he's too young to say, me personally, I think he's too young to say he can't win with superstars. He's been playing with grown men a long time. I think
he got some say so, man.
I don't think they've done the research to get the right dude with him. True. You don't get him another dude that do the same stuff he does. Let's keep it honest. Like, they do the same crap.
True. Right. So I think Luka has I think if Luka wanted Jalen, I think Jalen Brunson was leaving regardless because his daddy was in New York. But I think they're like a Harrison. I think there are people that he could have had.
Because of 3-and-D, and Harrison would defend the best.
I think they could have had people that at this point he's at the stage of his career where he has a say so in who comes to this team.
He has a say so in it, but at the same time, if y'all keep letting this 23-year-old tell y'all who he played with, he's gonna go the way of James Harden. Right. James Harden was picking all them people to come to Houston with him, and he never picked the right people. He never got somebody who was going to hold him accountable to the superstar standard he needed to be at.
Well,
he was dropping 60 balls, 50, but he can't come from with somebody, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
It can't come from somebody that you don't feel like has accomplished more than you.
That's true.
I think
but it's a known fact that if Chris Paul was playing in some of them games, they probably would have beat Golden State.
Hello.
That first year, they would have beat Golden State. But the reason why they didn't, not only did they miss
27
was it 27? Not only did they miss 27 threes in a row, they went away from what was working in the beginning.
Yeah.
Chris Paul was sharing that ball. Chris Perry was moving that rock, and Golden State had problems. They were off. Everybody was having an off night. So if you had kept that momentum going when Golden State started scoring, it would have been a back and forth and not a blowout. You know what I mean? And Golden State caught fire in the third quarter, as they always do. They said
third quarter is a masterpiece.
They say this is what we do. We finna go out and ball. And then Houston said, well, we're gonna just chug up 1,000,000 threes because our coach say that's what we should do and not go away from it. And Chris Paul was like, we need to share this basketball. Chris Paul was injured.
He got hurt game 6 of 5.
He got hurt. The next year, they went away.
Hamstring,
The next year, when KD was out, was their opportunity to win, and they went away from the game plan.
Yeah.
And they went back to that hero ball. ISO, they went back to that ISO. And ISO does not win championships.
ISO don't work against Golden State because you got to make them little yellow boys run.
Yep.
Let's just keep it honest. You let Steph stand in that damn corner and defend your weakest person and take a break on defense.
Yep.
He gonna come down there and shoot a 30-foot in your eye.
Yeah, he gonna come back.
It's not conducive. You gotta make this dude run. Whoever is he, I don't care if you're not even a threat. Cut to the basket. You in the NBA, you can make a layup. Cut to the basket. Do something. Make that dude have to chase you.
You gotta make stuff work.
You have to.
And that's
at his age.
Yeah, at his age, it will work.
You got to at
Back
his
then,
age.
it may not have.
It may not have. He's gonna have enough to take.
Now you can do that.
35 now.
He's 35. He just turned 35.
He went to college for them years. People think that Steph is more of a 30, 31, 32 guy.
Steph is 35
He's in that
years old.
KD range. He just didn't come out the same year KD did.
Steph will have issues. Now, the thing is, no matter it would depend on what they're playing at. If you playing at home against Golden State, you make Steph work, y'all gonna win that game. Now, if you playing at home it won't work. I don't think it'll work. For some reason, Steph gets superpowers when he in what's the place now? When he and Chase, and that Joker just started shooting like crazy, like he did tonight against the Clippers. And it's like, what the heck? What is going on?
I meant to write you because I literally woke up. It was perfect timing. I woke up. You went to go use the bathroom. I came back and they was replaying the Steph Curry talking to Chris Paul on the Phoenix game.
It ain't 2004. And Chris Paul like, I don't know what happened. You know exactly what happened.
I was like, hey, you better remind him.
Yeah.
Let him know.
Yeah. I was like, and he talking about, I don't know what happened. No, you know what happened. You just don't want to talk about it because you ain't did nothing since. That was the last, like Draymond said, that was the last time you was better than Steph.
Steph Curry is on his meteor. He's on his rise. This is like 2015 there. Chris Paul, he's point guard. He's like at the height.
He's already there. He's already there.
They have a State Farm commercial. Steph is going up an escalator. Chris Paul, he's coming down an escalator. And they look at each other and they meet, and then Steph keeps going, and then Chris keeps going. And that was just a microcosm of what was about to occur. Because literally after that commercial, Steph was a superstar.
Yep.
It was crazy.
When Steph dropped 50, 54, 53 in the Garden.
It was wild.
That was when everybody knew. And then he went and torched the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs.
Yeah. Right.
And that's when we knew that's what I knew. I was like, this guy's going to be a problem. I started watching Golden State right after that. I would never have predicted Golden State would have went to the championship next year and won it.
Nah.
But I don't think anybody knew.
Y'all, because here's the thing, y'all stole the Clippers time. It was
well, the Clippers got eliminated.
Yeah. Well,
somebody bounced the Clippers the next year.
Spurs.
The Spurs bounced the Clippers.
Game 7, Tony Parker floater.
Right.
No, they beat the Spurs on a floater like that. That's what happened.
They got beat by somebody. They got bounced by somebody. I don't know who. It might have been the Spurs. It was the Rockets. The next year, Golden State just was like animals. Their style of play had that's when the revolutionary part of the game had changed, because
that's when 5-3 started becoming not enough and you need to get up 8 to 10 a game.
Yeah.
As an individual, not as a team.
Yeah.
Now these teams putting up 20,
well, you can't touch nobody.
Yeah.
You can't touch nobody.
Yeah, you can't. Exactly. And I think,
and you can't dog on there complain about it, because that's another 2 points.
Right.
You might get thrown out the game. Shoot, the way it's going now, we can talk about it. These refs trash.
Yeah, these refs they're pretty horrible. Game.
Yeah, this refs trash. You can tell when the narrative is that they want a certain team to win. Even when I saw the Celtics-Lakers game, they wanted the Celtics to win that game, and they ended up losing in overtime because the Celtics just didn't do what they didn't follow the script. That's basically what it was, because they had the opportunity to win the game. Let me tell you something. And in the history,
they fumbled their lines.
Everybody knows they don't call fouls at the end of games that determine the end of the game. If it's a 50-50 and it's tied up, they're not going to call a foul. They're going to let y'all play it out. That's been the history of the game. If they call a foul, that means that the ref got something for you. And for example, they did that at Golden State, where they gave Karl Anthony Towns a free throw with 0 seconds left on the clock.
Oh boy.
Because Steph picked at the doggone ref because they didn't like the foul call. And so they got him back. Everybody knew it. That's why they took the fine and sold out the ref at the end of the game. You got 4 players, at least bare minimum 4 or 5 players calling out refs this season. And they calling them out by names. That's a problem. And I think in the CBA talks, that's going to be one of the things. That's another thing they're going to add on, because the owners are going to want to talk about these players not playing and all this stuff like that and all this other stuff. Them players going to talk about the referees, because you have this mojo, this chip on your shoulder, you getting it in, and then come suddenly in a third quarter, y'all can't play the way y'all was playing no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I heard Gilbert Arenas talking about this. And I hesitate to give Gilbert 100% of my attention, because I know sometimes he be just playing. But this time he was making a reference to the referees that, just like how cops are trained to keep their cool in a certain situation, these referees, you're trained that this isn't about you. Mm-hmm. This is about the cave.
Apparently,
this is about the game. But y'all go into it, and while these players who have the right to be emotional get emotional, God forbid, you've been playing emotional your entire life is what's gotten you to this point. Now this dude who feels like I need to be respected is going to now dictate what happens in my career / this game.
Yep. The fact that these guys can't even react.
That's my whole point.
That's crazy.
They can't react, or you're showing them up.
Yeah.
Well, what about the fact that you're ruining what I put my life into?
Right. You can't say, that's BS, and they don't even say it directly. But because you feel that it's directed towards you, now you've teched them.
I know when Jordan Poole got that text for throwing the
ball. That was crazy.
No, when he got that text, I know what happened. Y'all all know what he did. Jordan Poole got the most facial expressions of the
That's what it was.
Like, he threw that ball and he looked at him like, please. Like, that's exactly what happened.
Bro, I saw that thing. He passed that ball so gently.
But the way he looked at that dude, he was like, he's showing me up.
Yeah.
And the NBA has given them license to tech people if they get shown up. Showing up in officials.
And then
that's why I'm with people who's like Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
Call their ass out by name.
By name. Take the thing.
Call them out by name, because when y'all mess up, y'all names are plastic. Y'all at the bottom of the ticket on ESPN. You all over Bleacher Report. People get notifications dinging with your name on it everywhere. God forbid you mess up in your marriage. Then the shade room and TMZ go be all up in you. Your name get plastered for every move you make. These dudes get to mess up people's lives, mess up the games, and just go home and live their regular lives because they never publicize their own mistakes. And the NBA was scared of the impurity of the game being the purity of the game being questioned.
But it's already in question.
Exactly.
When you say,
so now you have to respond and do something about these refs.
When you allow gambling and all this other stuff to come in the sport.
Bingo. I'm with Dame on that.
Yeah, you knew what was finna happen.
You knew it. Ring culture ain't the only thing that's messing up the NBA. Now these parlays and like, if this person win by, they gotta get this many points. They win by 9. And then if you look at a lot of bettors, like you gotta play that the right way. You gotta be a real deal bettor. You gotta play a lot of money to win on this stuff, because the regular dudes will tell you when they do that same bull crap they be hearing Bill Simmons and Cousin Sal and all of them talk about when they hit on parlays and all that. When they do that same stuff, they always one off. They never can get all three. It's always something. That I'm with Dame on that whole thing he was talking about how.
Let's talk about Dame.
Yo, thank you for joining us on episode 4. Me and Jarome got into a lot of NBA topics. We got a lot of catching up done. So much so that we're going to split this episode into 2 parts. I'm actually very excited about this because, when you're editing this stuff and you're seeing so much stuff that you don't want to take out that you still want to put out there, instead of just putting it away, like you kind of feel like you're doing the right thing and you're going in the right path. So it's very encouraging to me that we're going to actually have our first 2-part episode 4 with me and Jarome. It's going to be a 2-parter. So I hope you enjoyed part 1, and I'll get part 2 uploaded as soon as possible. Thanks for joining us on Heart of Sports. See y'all later.